All right, so we are live this morning here on our I've Decided Facebook page. This is our weekly confabulation number 2. And there are 4 of us today. One of these days, we're going to have all 5 of us on. And but that's okay. Cindy, we missed you last week, so we're really glad to have you back with us today. And
thanks, I missed you all too.
Yes. Yeah. And so you guys might recognize we're missing our buddy Kurt. And he's got some things going on in Colorado, and so he'll be back next week. But we're happy to have Jackie, Molly, and Cindy, 3 of our success partners, our certified coaches within our organization. And this is exciting because every Monday we meet as a group. And it's our time to come together and pour into each other and talk about our weekly winning word, our weekly winning resource, and how it, resonates to each of us, and what we take back to our groups, to the people that we coach. And it's exciting. So we decided that this is good stuff, and we want to get it out there for as many people to see as possible. So if you're joining us live on Facebook, first and foremost, show us some love, okay?
Bring the love, bring it in.
If you've never been live on Facebook, it is hard, right? It's like humbling. You're like, oh my gosh, do I sound okay? Do I look okay? Is anybody going to like what we have to say? So show us some love, hit the heart button, post a comment, let us know you're watching. And more importantly, post your feedback. Like, what is, our weekly winning word this week is immerse. And I really love this word. And so what is your feedback on the word? And let us know what you think. So that's first and foremost. So girls, it's all girls today. We're missing Kurt. So
girl talk,
I guess.
Yes.
Which we're good at.
Yeah.
So I wonder what your first thoughts were when you saw the weekly winning word, when you got your weekly winning resource, the link to the weekly winning resource yesterday. What was your first thoughts when you read it? I don't know who wants to go first, but hop right in.
I will.
Okay, Molly.
So when I got the email alert and the text message last night, I had just walked in from having my granddaughters in the ocean waves and we didn't even have our swimsuits on yet. So they were jumping in the waves, and it just was really lovely because, it's where I'm at right now is definitely specific steps and actions and decisions I've made for the last few years, but especially after joining, I've decided, we're away with our family, and we're definitely going to immerse all week. But it was very important to me that I showed up at least for part of it today, especially when I saw the word immerse, because really, like, in the end, when you get from here to the very end and you look back, what else is it but immersing yourself and making moments of joy with your family and loved ones and living in this world? So, oh my goodness. If you're thinking you might need a little more, little support system to venture out and be one of those people that you see that is living life with joy, come to I've Decided. Come to one of our networking open house. Check out the videos, because it's a huge part of, nobody's happy all the time, but oh my gosh, I'm immersed in so much joy today. and it's definitely in part of decisions and choices and coaching that I've got from Cindy Bird and from Kim and from the networking that we do together in the last year or so. So I challenge you, just come to one of our networking things and you'll be inspired. I promise.
It's so funny because you immersed yourself into your goal. You had
my goodness.
Over a year ago to become a success partner, to become a coach. You coached in Cindy's group for a year, and you fulfilled your goal. And here you are. So I can see I love that you plugged our community, Molly, right away. Thank you. But I understand why, because you're experiencing the success, the decisions that you made.
Well, people overcomplicate things. We see so many people that are walking around living life lukewarm or too scared to go after a dream. Maybe they're even afraid of what their own family or friends would think. And oh my goodness, like there is just complete and total happiness and freedom in pursuing your purpose that God created you to be, period. Yes. So when you're doing that, you're being truthful to what God made you. Mm-hmm. So that's what I found. We're in a community of people who are not afraid to go after those dreams and goals, period. Mm-hmm. Or we're afraid, but we do it anyways.
There you go.
That's true. That's good. That's so good. That's really good, Molly, because I think back to, you remind me when you talk about community, when I stepped out on faith to just align myself with Kim and didn't know, but I did know that personal development has always been very important to me. And when she, launched this thing, I that's why I am one of the founding members, and I have not turned back. I mean, it's like every time she comes up with a different vision, and it's something totally just new and fresh. And I'm like, that sounds really great. I mean, because we're talking about like-minded, people. So I want to be better. And what I am currently immersed in, I don't want to, I'm really immersed in this book. It's in my daughter's book. Right. So I don't want to get too far off the beaten path here. This is what we both are, with my husband and I both, and my family and friends. This is just an amazing piece of work. I'm just so just
well, tell us who wrote that book.
Written by my daughter, my oldest daughter, Erica, Dr. Erica.
I was about to say hello.
Let me give her credit, Dr.
Give her credit.
And it's a beautiful, I mean, it empowers educators to empower, themselves and in classrooms, and just to look at kids differently, to do the work that it takes. And I really am a fan of this, because that was definitely, I taught for 37 years. And when you get a good book, a book that just means so much, and she put her heart and soul in this book. So I would encourage you guys to purchase this, and so that's what I'm currently immersed in, that, as well as just immersed in some rest, some much needed rest. I think I wrote down, I didn't want to forget that. I'm also immersed in becoming a director in travel, serving as an I've decided success coach, and just, aligning myself with missions that are going to help people live out their fullest potential. So yes. That's what I am doing currently.
Woohoo!
Love it. Molly, I like when you kicked us off today, it reminds me of the last sentence in your opening paragraph in the article this week, Kim. You must immerse yourself in the right things that will bring you the outcomes you desire.
Oh, yeah. Amen.
And, amen. Yeah. What are those right things?
I think totally agree with that.
That's finding your purpose, aligning those things you're immersing yourself in that help you fulfill your purpose, because there's so many choices out there, right? We can do anything, but we can't do everything. And you're absolutely right when you said, Molly, that there's a joy, there's a peacefulness that comes to us when we have found our purpose, and we're living out what we're passionate about. I think about your daughter with that book. She's obviously passionate about education and helping teachers be the best versions of themselves that they can be. And so she put that into some useful form. It's like, it's great to earn an education in whatever field any of us are in, but what are you doing with it? What are you doing with what you've learned? My favorite quote from Maya Angelou is, when you get, give, when you learn, teach. And that's what I immerse myself in is my passion for teaching, I guess. I need to read that book too.
Yeah. Yeah.
So the definition of immerse, which I probably should have started with, but that's okay. The definition of immerse is involve oneself deeply in a particular activity or interest. And, so that could be anything. And here's what we know. And we talked about this in the weekly winning resource. We know that every single human, because it's our nature, we're immersed in something. Every day we immerse ourselves into certain things, people, whatever it is. As adults, a lot of times it's our careers, right? We've immersed ourselves into our jobs, our careers, the things that pay our bills. But we know that in this day and age, we immerse ourselves in social media. I think average hour, and I'm included, I'm just as guilty, so there's no judgment. I'm just saying. We immerse in scrolling through social media feeds. I think something like an average of 12 hours a week or something crazy like that. I mean, it's just kind of crazy if you think about it, but we all do it. And so, that was the direction I wanted to go. It's like, are we immersing into the things that it's okay to scroll through Facebook, but 12 hours? Do we really need to immerse that much into something, or is it giving you what you need to get where you want to go? Okay.
Yeah.
The question.
Something I've noticed, and my husband has been helping me, is just for the jobs that I do, I have to be online quite a bit, is that sometimes it can make us sick when you're on too much. So if you start getting random headaches or a little pain or just kind of a dizzy or queasy feeling, I think that's our brain is telling us, start taking regular breaks. So that's what I've been working on, is taking longer periods of time where I'm not on a computer or I'm not on my phone. And because we don't really realize how often we're on there, especially when we're at work. The two are intertwined and entwined. So when you have computer work and social media work for a part of your job, oh my gosh, it can swallow you up. So it's immersing and detaching from it, I guess, for me right now.
So you're saying knowing when to not immerse, when to not.
Yeah. Not immerse in that.
Yeah.
Because our jobs, especially because my job calls for me to be on social media and on the computer. So you have to, and I can tell when I start getting that headache or that like a little dizzy, I'm like, okay, it's time. It's time to leave Illinois and take a break.
I love it. I want to real quick say this, and I think if you have something to add here, Jess.
That's good.
I think it's again coming back to what the meaning of immerse is, right? Involve oneself deeply in a particular activity or and there are things we have to do that may not be, like we do have to be on social media. We're all teachers, educators, speakers, right? Travel business, coach and speaker. Cindy, you're managing the chamber, Molly, and as a coach I've decided, and I run a membership community and a nutrition space for women. We have to be out there in social media. So it's just being careful that we don't immerse ourselves into something that's really not moving us in the direction that we know we should. And I love what you and Cindy said about we have joy when we're following our purpose. And it's very simple. If your actions match what you know you should be doing deep in your heart, you will have a peace. It equals peace. It is the equation for peace. If your actions do not align with what you know you should be doing, you will have internal turmoil. It's as simple as that. It's as simple and complicated.
That's true. That is so
that. And so those were just some of my thoughts. But before we run out of time, because you got to get back to immersing in your family, Cindy, Jackie, any final thoughts from you guys?
I think it's the weekly winning challenge that hits the nail on the head, Kim. Are asking ourselves that question: are the things I'm immersing myself in getting me where I want to be in my life? Yes. I really think that's what we've been talking about here just briefly is we all have responsibilities, we all have interests, and it's great. You know, we shouldn't be one-dimensional. When we have specific goals and dreams that we want to pursue, it's important to spend time in those. And sometimes that means sacrificing another interest or another part of our lives, immersing ourselves in that moment. I think back to when I was, you know, an adult non-traditional college student, whittling away at my degrees one class at a time over 18 years. Yes, I said 18 years. But especially when I got to the point where I was ready to finish my master's project, my thesis project, and I had to just immerse myself in that because I knew what was on the other side. You know, it was like knowing I was just a step away from being able to go on and start my business, to go on to teaching, and everything else that has happened since then. So sometimes that immersion, it's kind of like the polar plunge. you know, you want to just go, oh, I'm just gonna go toe in the water. You know,
I like that, Cindy.
But when is it that you need? You know, you need to be all in. Yeah, you need to be deeply, as it says, into it, not just a little bit. So, yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good. That's good. I know. I was committed to helping a friend do a sister to sister page on Facebook, but what I had to do was I knew that I could not do everything. Okay, so I put my travel. I said, okay, I'm going to put you on the side, and then I'll dive deep into this right now because I'm not going to be in this space for a long time, but I'm going to help her launch this thing, and I did. But now looking on the flip side, I'm like, okay, did I want to do that? But yes, I had to do that. I could not do everything, but I felt really good about, you know, pausing over here to give a little assistance right here. And it won't be, you know, like you said, working on a degree, you know, we had to jump in there and do all we had to do because, you know, the end was coming. The end, you kept the end in mind. So, yeah, that's good. Cindy, I love that.
Well, that's why I say there's really no such thing as balance. Okay. Balance is learning how to prioritize, right? We have to learn what it is. What's the priority today? And we have to learn how to say, okay, today my priority, like Molly, she just had to log off because her priority this week is her immersing in her family, her rest, and her time. God bless her for being on this morning anyway. For a little while. That just shows her commitment and loyalty to our community and to us, which is awesome. But you know, it's the prioritizing. It's not saying that her I've decided mission or her role at the Chillicothe Chamber is any less valid. It's just not the priority this week. And that is okay. And that's what we mean when we say immerse. We cannot, you know, we immerse ourselves in the things that we love, the passion. And really, I think more importantly are the people. It's like, who are you spending your time with? Who's pouring into you? Who are, you know, if you're in a constant battle of depression or just not even depression, let's just say downcast. If you just feel a spirit of downcast, take a real look at who you're spending the most time with. And sometimes it's people that we, you know, it's our family members, people that we love, and we can't really say, sorry, I'm through with you. And we can't do that. But what we can do is recognize it, acknowledge that, you know, I can't change this. I need to spend time with this person because I'm helping tend to them, care for them. I love them, whatever it might be. But I need to also make sure I'm being filled up by people that fill me up. So we're not completely surrounded.
And sometimes that can be the self-development piece. That's been that for me at times when, there's, and when you say family matters to us. They're very important to us, but sometimes, that can be where you're feeling a little bit stifled or, not that downcast. And so maybe it's something else that you can immerse yourself in that still puts you in a community of like-minded people, self-development. If you can go out and watch someone's videos, a successful person who's doing what you're doing, watch their videos, read their blogs, read their books, listen to their podcasts, be a part of I've Decided. We've got all those things. You can watch podcasts, listen to podcasts, you can view the virtual workshops and so forth if you're a member. And we have all of that, but sometimes it's not that you physically have to be with that group of people. You can still immerse yourself in that, and you're also taking care of self-development at the same time. I think that works.
Good thing to immerse yourself into as well. Awesome. Well, this has been great. I hope that you guys have enjoyed a sneak peek into our little group that we have every Monday. That's the point of this. We just, we sit and we share with each other, and this is good stuff. And we're like, we want to get this out to the masses. We don't want to keep all of this just in our small group every Monday, because we believe so many people need to hear good stuff and need to have something that they can hang their hat on for the week, something positive, and that will help you get to where it is that you really want to go. And so that's what this little confabulation is all about, brought to you with all of our success partners, our coaches within I've Decided. And obviously, if you've been watching this and you want to be a part of our community, we want you to be a part of our community. We are looking for 1,000 people who want to achieve success, who want to win at life, and who know that without the pieces of the puzzle, without the community, without the support and accountability and all of those good things, tools and resources, you can't do it by yourself. So we invite you to join our community, and it's real easy to do. You can go to ivedecided.org and become a member today. And when you become a Launch My Success member, you can opt for weekly group coaching with one of our awesome success partners, or you can do one-on-one coaching with them as well. So, and you can begin to immerse yourself into the right things that are going to get you the right outcome.
Thank you for joining us on our show today. If you liked what you heard, you can check us out on our website at ivedecided.org or visit us at any of our social media outlets on Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube.